Waited day is here. It's the 3rd of June. Man United versus Man City at Wembley. It's the FA Cup finale. For the very first time, these two teams have met in a finale in history. United have gone ahead to play 21 finals in the FA Cup, and they've happened to win 12. And this is going to be their 22nd finale to be played into the FA Cup. Then, Man City have tried their level best, and this season they've gone ahead not to concede any goal in the FA Cup. Is United going to be the very first team to come out and obviously score a goal against Man City, because all of the games they've gone ahead to play in the FA Cup, they've kept clean sheets against Arsenal, against Chelsea, against Burnley, against Sheffield. Those are the 5-6 games they played that saw them reach this level of the FA Cup finale. But for Manchester United, they've been conceding goals almost in every game, apart from the game of Brighton. Remember, we beat Fulham 3-1, we beat West Ham 3-1, we beat Everton 3-1, Reading 3-1. Looks like it was a 3-1 affair until we reached the semi-finals and played Brighton, and we drew by 0-0. We went to penalties and we knocked Brighton out of penalties, and here we are to play Man City in the FA Cup finale. A finale that everyone will go ahead and really fancy. See to it that he watches. And here we are to play Man City, a team that Ten Hag is going to hate to groom and obviously play their second finale in a season. Remember, this is the second time or the third time we are coming to Wembley, and it's the second finale we are playing in the first Eric Ten Hag season. We played the finale against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, beat them by 2-0. We played a semi-final. We played a semi-final against Brighton here, knocked them out. And here we are to play a finale with Man City. And it looks like everything is all set, and the managers have gone ahead to name their starting 11s. And let's see who is starting for Man United and for Man City as a whole. Now, starting 11 for Man United: David De Gea, Victor Lindelof, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Eriksen, Fred, Casemiro, Rafael Varane, Luke Shaw, Jadon Sancho, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That is the starting 11 of Manchester United. The substitutes include Butland, Darlow, Harry Maguire, Tyrell Malacia, Scott McTominay, Pellistri, Elanga, Alejandro Garnacho, and Wout Weghorst. That is the starting 11 of Manchester United that Eric Ten Hag is going to hate to pick. See to it that he really wins this game at Wembley. A finale that has been longly awaited by supporters of both teams to see who can be the king of Manchester as we close down the season of Man United. Let's go to Man City. They're having Ortega Moreno, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Akanji, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, the captain, Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish, Haaland. Those are the 11 players that Pep Guardiola has gone ahead to pick to face Man United at Wembley. Let's go to the substitutes: Ederson, Phillips, Nathan Ake, Laporte, Alvarez, Mahrez, Foden, Palmer, and Nico Lewis. That is the starting 11 of Man City. So those are the starting 11s of both teams, and I think you now know where you stand after watching this come through here onto the United Matters channel. Smash the like button, comment and share as we really dissect this beautiful game of football that is going to be happening down at the Wembley Stadium. Now, I'm having Nachitende Esther. She has something to say. When we take City in penalties, we will win it, leaning on David De Gea. I think, Esther, there is something that you're not well conversant about. David De Gea is not brilliant. David De Gea is not brilliant at saving penalties. Having seen him save a penalty against Fulham, maybe I was going to hate to really turn out to improve onto what he was doing, but he's not a very good goalkeeper at stopping penalties. That's what you should know. But that might be an eye-opener in the game of Fulham, that he can come out and obviously do the needful and obviously save more and more and more penalties. That's it. Then Nachton Esther, good luck United. All right, we wish them good luck. But why Garnacho is absent? Garnacho is on the bench. Garnacho is on the bench. Alejandro Garnacho has made it to the bench of Manchester United. That's it. So let's gear up into the formation that Eric Ten Hag has gone in for. See to it that he does the needful and obviously bring in the best of the best that he really thinks can come on and torment the side of City. As it stands, this is how we are really standing. All right. Ten Hag has gone in for his favorite system of 4-2-3-1. And he's having David De Gea in goal, obviously. That is a given and a known. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, right back. Obviously, you know who he's going to face. He's going to be facing Jack Grealish. And I think Jack Grealish cannot go past Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think for that side, we are going to be so much solid as far as the right back is concerned. Luke Shaw, left back, facing Bernardo Silva there. Another huge but expected, because Man City has the likes of Riyad Mahrez on the bench. They're having Phil Foden, who can come in through and obviously get the job done. So Luke Shaw needs to be solid throughout the full 90 or full 120 minutes. Rafael Varane on the left side of central defense and Victor Lindelof. I really saw this coming. If at all you watched my match preview, I came out and really told you that it's going to be Rafael Varane and Victor Lindelof. Do you know why? Lindelof has been really performing very well. And if at all you really want to reward him, the best way to reward him and obviously convince him to start the club of Manchester United is by giving him a finale to start in it. That's it. As things go on, you can take him off and obviously get Luke Shaw into the central defense. But I think that will be really uncalled for. They're going to be facing Erling Haaland. A very huge task ahead of them. But if Fred, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen, Sancho, Rashford do their job, then Haaland won't be getting chances to score. That's it. Because in the game we beat them at Old Trafford, Haaland never registered a shot on target. You know, he never registered a shot on target. And he got close to 10, where he had 10 touches in the entire half of Manchester United. And what they did was, they never even marked Haaland, you know. All the job was simple. Get Rodri out of the play, get Kevin De Bruyne out of play, and leave the rest for the boys to do. That is it. So, Fred and Casemiro playing the double pivot, as you see them here. So, Fred's job, I think it's all going to be about keeping Kevin De Bruyne out of the game. Casemiro is going to be operating in here for you and trying to really dictate play in the midfield as he connects the midfield to the attack. And obviously the tenacity is really going to be so much intense into that midfield, because Man City are really having a midfield three of Rodri, Ilkay Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne. That's it. So Fred has to get Kevin De Bruyne out of the way. That's his main job to do. Then Eriksen is played in his favorite position. This is where I want Eriksen to be played always, because he's a better central attacking midfielder. You know, the intensity needed here, he doesn't possess it if at all he's playing the double pivot. So I expected him to start in the central attacking midfield position. Bruno Fernandes, right wing, obviously, because Anthony is really out. So he's playing in the right wing. But I expect Bruno to track back very well and obviously try to do the needful as a right wing and obviously try to help Aaron Wan-Bissaka a little bit and obviously make some runs through the midfield. Then Jadon Sancho off the left, a player that we've seen that he thrives a lot off the right. But one of the things that you would love to see Jadon Sancho do is what he was going to have to be doing in the previous 7-8 games. The way he runs, the distance he covers is going to have to increase a lot than how he used to cover before he went to rehabilitation in Netherlands. He has turned into a player whose work rate is improving game in, game out. And one of the attributes that you will need from Jadon Sancho this this finale, is him to track back and obviously try to be clinical and do what we call an easy release for Marcus Rashford. Then Rashford leading the line, obviously, is going to be facing Ruben Diaz in there for you and John Stones. So Bruno Fernandes is going to be facing Akanji. Sancho is going to be facing Kyle Walker. The pace of Sancho is not all that much, but you expect his hold-up play to help us expose this side of City. So Eriksen having a killer pass to release Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. I think those three players are really going to be so much pivotal in releasing Marcus Rashford. And I think the game plan is simple. Play a low block. After playing a low block, hit them on the break. That's the game plan for Man United. And I think the game plan is simple. That's the game plan for Manchester United. And I think we are going to really capitalize on that a lot and really get United out and really get City out of the way. I wish to see Pelestri playing. I think it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for Pelestri to come into this game. Why? The right side is really going to be so much important for this game. And even if Eriksen is tired and is being taken off, it will be Garnacho to come on through. So to it that Bruno goes back into his central attack midfield role. Sancho will shift to the right and then Garnacho shift to the right, you know. Unless otherwise we beat it like 2-0. And I think he won't bring in Pelestri. Even if you are leading by 1-0, the manager will go in for Dalot to come in through and obviously lock that side to see to it that we become a more defensive team for City to break. We are going to be so much compact that Pelestri coming in, unless otherwise we get an injury like of Sancho and he deserves to come in through. But I understand even if Sancho gets an injury, it's Garnacho who comes on the field of play. So as it stands, I really understand your argument. I like Pelestri, but we all know that he's a very good player and Ten Hag is only planning a loan move for him and they want to really offer him a new contract and then give him a long season run. Like you've seen Amad Diallo do his stuff at Sunderland. That is it. So I don't see Pelestri coming in through to play a part into this beautiful game of football. Then Baloyi, Man United 2, Man City 1. That's my prediction, by the way. You know, it's really shocking the belief I'm really talking with, you know. I think we can kill off this game. We can kill off this game. You know, a derby is a derby, and whoever works hard and defends better wins the game. City is going to be having the lion's share of the possession. We will have some chances to create, and I think we are going to kill off our chances. We are going to kill off our chances. I just believe that chance is all over Erik Ten Hag. You know, whatever Erik Ten Hag has gone ahead to achieve this season, it cannot be climaxed by us losing to City. That's what I'm basing on. I think luck is on the side of Erik Ten Hag. We've seen it. And I think this time round, he can seal it off at Wembley. Secondly, his tactics have gone ahead to take us through the storm. We've braved through the storm because of the tactics of Erik Ten Hag. Unless otherwise these players don't put Erik Ten Hag's tactics in action. If at all they put them into play, trust me, we are leaving Wembley with this trophy. You know, because it's always hard for City to break down a team that is really compact. That's it. If we are compact and we defend very well, Rafael Varane is a variable, you know, Casemiro, Fred, we keep our positions. Every player keeps his man. We don't lose out on second balls. I think we can haunt City. We can haunt City. And I expect lots of things to happen in this game of football. City is going to be having the ball. They are going to pass it around, tiki-taka around. But breaking us down might be a very hard job. But don't also forget that it takes City 5 minutes to destroy you. So these players just don't need to lose their heads. They need to be sober for the entire full 90. Even if it requires to go in extra time for more 30 minutes, they need to be sober. Because when you drop your levels for a second against City, they can capitalize onto that and obviously pass through you like a hot knife through butter. That is City for you. Nachitende Esther, good squad. It's up to them to make it. Yeah, I think Ten Hag has a plan, has a master plan that can really torment City. That's it. But can the players apply the plan? That's it. We've all went to school. We've done practicals. There are practicals of physics that we used to do when you had to really prove that x equals 1.5. You had to go on, do the pendulum swinging. After pendulum swinging, you record, you draw a graph. Now, after drawing a graph, x versus y has to equal to 1.5. If at all you don't get to 1.5 plus or less, then that means all what you've gone ahead to do as a practical is totally wrong. So these players have to put exactly what Ten Hag has told them to do in practice. And we've seen it throughout the season that ever since we lost to Brighton and Brentford, these players have gone ahead to put up their bodies on the line and applied the tactics of the manager that he has always gone ahead to tell them to do and apply. So let's wait and see how that really happens. Now, David Zimola, is there a chance for Greenwood to return? I think the Greenwood decision is expected in the next 2 weeks. That's it. After this finale, lots of things are going to be really talked about. The takeover situation, however much the Glazers are really planning to play the L game, I think a decision is going to be made very, very soon. And even on the Mason Good situation and return or leaving, it's really going to be made very soon. Erik Ten Hag came out recently and told us that he has no control over the return or not returning of Greenwood. It's out of his hand. It's for the board members to decide and obviously make a decision on what they've found from their investigations, because an investigation is being run through by the board of Manchester United, and soon they'll tell us what they've got from their investigations. But it's a 50-50. He might return, he might be loaned, he might be sold, or even his contract might get terminated. That's it. And they refund him his money. Nachitende Esther, they need to be faster because City midfielders are old. Yeah, when you talk about age, Fred is 30, Erikson is 30, Casemiro is 30. Even ours are 30, but Ilkay Gundogan is 32, and Kevin De Bruyne is turning 32 also. When you look at Rodri is 26, but the intensity of our midfielders is more than the intensity of the midfielders of Man City, especially Fred and Casemiro, cover more distance than Rodri and Gundogan. That's it. So we have to capitalize on lots of things. And I think it's not going to be all about the midfield. The midfield is the midfield. The job of the midfield of United is to stop the midfield of City. But I expect those balls over the top, tracking for Marcus Rashford in the final third of the pitch. Then I expect the likes of Erikson, Casemiro, and Bruno to make some triangles, sequences of passes that are really quick, quick passing, like one touch passing to really create space or create an opening for Marcus Rashford and then play that ball into space. Because I don't think that the defense of Man City can match the pace of Marcus Rashford, apart from Kyle Walker. But I really understand Kyle Walker is fast, but I understand if Rashford is having that ball, he can really run past him and obviously sit him down. I really believe. But it is going to require lots of intensity. Quick passing is one of those that Nachitende Esther is talking about, and it's really going to be one of the factors that we should really cling on to beat City. We shouldn't really do lots of touches unnecessarily. We just have to do the hold-up play where it's really called up for. If it's not called in for, let's go for quick passing most of the times. And I understand we can really get this team out of the way. Adepare Opeyemi, Man United. All right, thank you very much for watching through. No selfishness in this game. When they do it, they'll regret. That goes to Marcus Rashford. That's it. And even Bruno Fernandes. I remember in the game we beat City, at Old Trafford, Bruno Fernandes had the very best open chance of the game in the first 10 minutes. Instead of going in for a cutback cross to look for either Anton Martial or Marcus Rashford, that we are well positioned in the 6 yards box area of the pitch, he just went in for a shooting effort at the far post, and it went way past the goal area. So I think we should concentrate so much into the final third of the pitch. That's it. And this is why I'm happy that Eriksen has gotten himself into that central attacking midfield area. Trust me, if you can get Eriksen 5 balls to release Marcus Rashford, 2 of those will be accurate. He'll distribute that ball very well to the likes of Sancho, to the likes of Bruno Fernandes, and he can really release players. That's it. So I really expect a very tough game. City is not a hard team. Sorry, it's not a soft nut to crack. It's a hard one. They are going to bring a lot of ball to us. But how are we going to react? How resistful are we going to be in that full entire 90? That's how we are going to win this game of football. For the saves, David De Gea needs to be on the top of his day. But we all know at Old Trafford, David De Gea almost had nothing to save in the entire 90 because we closed them down well. And I think Ten Hag can use the same system to close down them well. Farida Bint Yusuf, good evening, David. Good starting 11 now. It's up to them. Let them try their level best, not to let us down. Please, selfish players, at least for today only. That's it. If you're really talking about winning such games, it should be a team effort. Marcus Rashford should find himself in positions of not really being selfish. He should make quick decisions. You know, him getting the ball and running into the forest of legs of players of Man City is going to be uncalled for because City have gone ahead to play with a 3-man central defense. That's it. So they want to cap up with the pace of Marcus Rashford, and they put Kyle Walker into that position. So I think if at all Rashford wants to kill off this game, just get that ball, pass, move, pass, move, pass, move. After pass, move, then we can really get the best out of this beautiful game of football. Then Mujoloro TV, City 0, Man United 1, right? Thank you for your prediction. And let me throw a little bit into the starting 11 of City and really see what it's all about. Now, City, as you see them there, they've gone in for the following. City have gone in for the following. They have, sorry about that. They're having Ortega in goal, as he promised that Ortega is going to come in through and obviously play in goal. Then Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, and Akanji are playing in a central defense of 3. Kyle Walker playing on the right side of the 3-man central defense. Ruben Diaz at the center of the 3-man central defense. Manuel Akanji on the left side of the 3-man central defense. John Stones and Rodri playing the double pivot. Then Bernardo Silva, right winger. Jack Grealish, left winger. Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan playing into the central attack midfield and sharing that role with Erling Haaland leading the line. When you look at this lineup, the manager of Man City has gone in for more bodies in here to come in through and obviously cap up that system of Erik ten Hag. So how is the system of Erik ten Hag going to really close down this system of Pep Guardiola? That is the huge question. But every question gets an answer that is proved right or wrong at the end of the game. And we all know that it's the end that justifies the means. To me, it's going to be a game of chess, as these two managers are really going to be changing systems and tactics for every 5 minutes. Pep Guardiola hinted about it in his pre-match press conference that if at all Ten Hag really doesn't bring what I expect, I'll find myself in a realization mode in just 5 minutes and change my tactics. That's what he said. So we can expect Ten Hag to shock Man City, because I've seen here Ten Hag has decided to go with a 4-1-4-1 system. I've just seen here Sky Sports will report this, and it's a 4-1-4-1 system that Eric Ten Hag has gone in for. So it shows you that he's changing the system, and you'll understand why, because he's playing the best team in the world, and he wants to shock this manager that he tells him that I'm the new manager in Manchester that's come here to cause lots of havocs and really give you sleepless nights here at the club of Man United. So the likes of Haaland are really training up, and we are having lots of stories coming in from correspondents of Manchester United. And obviously, it's really huge. And there is nothing that we are anxiously waiting for, like this game of football, to come in here and start. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. And my prediction is 2-1. I don't know what your prediction is in here, but it's really going to be a highly contested game at not Old Trafford. It's Wembley. But obviously, we are having lots of things. We are having lots of things coming in through. Eric Ten Hag has gone ahead and said the following. He has told us that you have to give every single last bit of your energy to make sure you leave with a trophy. Obviously, that's a very good message to the players of Manchester United. Ten Hag asked on Fred starting, he said, you'll see in the game. Obviously, that is a very huge game plan. Ten Hag again, the FA Cup across the world has a big reputation, the biggest domestic cup in the world. To be part of it, it's really great. Eric Ten Hag makes statements in here. So let me confirm to you that it's not really going to be an easy game, but we have all what it takes to really win this game. It can go either sides. City can win it, United can win it, but the manager that finds himself in a situation of really getting his tactics right and his players applying those tactics right in the field of play is going to go all out and will win this game. Pep Guardiola is one of the huge tacticians we've known in the game of football. He's the best football manager in the world, and he has good tactics. So if Ten Hag outmatches his tactics, Ten Hag wins the game. If Pep Guardiola's tactics outmatch those of Eric Ten Hag, Pep will lift the trophy. That is the dressing room of Manchester United at Wembley, and that's how it's really looking, and it's really dazzling. And obviously, some shots of the players of Manchester United were down into the dressing room. That is Rafael Varane, Yusili Lindelof, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, who is on the bench. Looks like he's going to say his goodbyes, because if he cannot play into this finale, then what's his role for Manchester United? Who is going to lift that trophy again, if at all we lift it? It's going to be Bruno and Harry Maguire. They have to carry together, as the fact is Bruno Fernandes is literally the man who is really leading this team. He's captaining the team, and Harry Maguire is just there like a mascot doing nothing. That is it. So as it stands, we are just how many minutes away to start off the game? 20 minutes to the start off in here at Wembley. Lots of celebrations are really being rung down there. And I read a story from the Mirror that the United fans are really wanting to demonstrate at Wembley today after a story that came out of the Glazers willing not to go out and really leave the club of Manchester United. And let me show you something. Another Glazer, it looks like all the siblings of the Glazers have gone ahead to travel and obviously show up at Old Trafford. And the one that has been notably pictured at Wembley is, what is his name? He's a Glazer. I've forgotten his name, but he was seen taking a photo, obviously. Brian Glazer. Today, even Brian Glazer has shown up. Looks like the entire Glazer family is going to be at Wembley, and they might even travel to England to see to it that they really find the resolution of the take of Manchester United done before the end of next week. So that is Brian Glazer and the wife and the children trying to take a photo at the FA Cup. That is it. So it shows you that there might be a very huge development as far as this is concerned, because why has the Brian Glazer thrown in his family or flown his family to England to come in through? It shows you that there is something developing on the takeover. So let's wait and see what is going to happen during the afternoon when this, during the night when this game of football is really done and dusted. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I think I've gone ahead to relay to you know about everything that you need to know about. Thank you, Nachitende Esther. Thank you, Baloy. Thank you, David Zimola. Thank you, Adepare Opeyemi. Thank you, Farida Binti Yusuf and Mujolo TV. Thank you for watching in. And I think let's call it quits for now. And let me end this. Let me end this poll. Let me end this poll. Obviously, 100% of the voters have told us that United is lifting the trophy. Guys, thank you very much for watching through. One of the biggest rivalries in world football is this one. So let's wait and see how this is going to go on and really end at Wembley. But surprisingly, I'm not shocked. My heart is really calm. I just feel a win for Manchester United. I just feel like we're lifting this trophy. That's it. So I don't know whether I'm having the right sense of humor, but obviously we will wait and see where this is going to end. Rokan David remains my name. I'm going to return when the game is done with the match reaction, player ratings, and so on and so forth. May the living true God protect you abundantly. My Muslim subscribers and viewers, may Allah grant you everything that you guys deserve. I'm out for now. See you later. And Patrick Mwanga says, thank you for the breakdown. Thank you for watching in too. I'm out. See you later.